Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shelly, and here we talk about Shelly's thoughts over 60. Yep, so please subscribe so you don't miss my goings on. Today, my thought was about being spontaneous, right? What do I mean by that? At this stage in my life, the days of dropping everything and running out the door, not so much, man. I really need things like planned out, right? Whether it's medication, do I have appointments tomorrow, doctor's appointments, it just isn't drop and go anymore for me, right? I mean, and there's a lot of anxiety with that, right? I remember when I was younger and I got my driver's license. True story, I was 15 years old. And then the day I turned 16 and I could drive by myself, I was gone, man. I would be in that car for hours, and I used to love going places by myself, drive by myself. Now, not so much, man. I have like a lot of anxiety doing things by myself now. I just don't have the same vibe with it anymore. And I've noticed it since I'm, 60 and beyond, right? I'm 63 now. For those of you who are new here, I'm 63. And I am seeing that, that spontaneity, that spontaneous, hey, let's just drop everything and go away for the weekend, that just ain't a thing. It's very rarely a thing for me anymore. Now, I don't know if it's an age thing, if it's just a Shelly thing. I do talk to some other women in my grandma group, Yeah, I got a grandma group. And a lot of women do feel the same way as me. They're like, I don't know, Shelly, I can't just up and go anymore, And I've got to make sure, I got to go to the pharmacy and get medications, and I got to do this, and I got to need my knee brace, and it just ain't like it was, right? And I don't know that it's everybody. Like I said, I got friends that probably just pick up and take off, But I would say it's like a 70-30. 70% of the people I spoke to are more like me, like, no, man, that spontaneity is, just isn't like that anymore. And that is how it is for me now. I just cannot pick up and go. Now, honestly, I have a friend who'll call and she'll say, hey, let's, it's 11 o'clock, meet me at 12 o'clock for lunch. Well, it's kind of hard for me. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's more anxiety than anything else. I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I have shit going on. I'm like, oh, I can't make it. But for the most part, it's usually anxiety. I'm like, wait a minute. You want me to run out the door? I don't know oh my God, and that's a Shelly thing. That's definitely a me thing, right? Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's very hard for me to just pick up and take off. I was talking to a guy recently who said, he said, I would never be interested in a woman who has her grandkids around all the time, or her kids, right? And I was like, ooh, then you don't want to talk about this girl. But in any case, he said he likes a woman that'll just pick up and take off, right? And I think he's in the back end of his 60s, close to 70. And I thought, wow, that's amazing, but not this girl. Like he prefers that, and that's great. No shade to people like that. Listen, I think that's great. I have friends that can just pick up and take off on a whim, and they're cool with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't misunderstand. And actually, I wish I could be more like that. But when I was younger, that spontaneous stuff was great, right? You just decide you're going to take off. You guys are going to take off the weekend, go to the movies, lay in bed all day, whatever. Last minute. Me, everything's got to be planned out, and it's crazy. I'm getting like OCD as I get older. Like, I ain't even lying. I am seeing that. My daughter actually brought that to my attention. She's like, Mom, since you're older, you're really like, and I am. If something's crooked, and I told you all this story before in a previous video, I was talking to a therapist online, and behind her was a plant that was off center. We were on a Zoom call, and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, there's a plant behind you that's off. Can you just straighten that out? And she laughed. And I said, I don't know if you knew it was like that. And she goes, oh yeah, I knew. She said, I have it that way on purpose to weed out my OCD people. And I was like, I'm one of your OCD people. I was never like that as a kid. I was never like that when I was younger. I'm not one of those crazy neat freaks, My house is very lived in. But yeah, that whole spontaneous up and go, those days are over for Shelly. And I miss that. But what about you guys? Have you noticed it as you're getting older or in this season of our lives, that being spontaneous is a little tougher? right? Listen, I think even fooling around, even fooling around, I mean, I'm gonna plan it out, but that's even a little like, a little dicey, man. I don't know if I'm just gonna jump in this act, man. I gotta work all that. I gotta make sure I got all that worked out, right? But what about you guys? Is being spontaneous tougher for you in this season of our lives? It is for me. I don't know that it's a bad thing. I mean, it does. I do need things a little more structured. I don't know if it's an age thing or a Shelly thing, but yeah, crazy. And like I said, I have friends who just up and go. No problem, right? Not this girl. But let me know what you guys think. Or are you like that? Can you just up and go on a whim? Do you have to plan it out? Do you feel that way? Do you have that whole anxiety thing? I have a lot of anxiety going on, but in any way, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm blushing and everything. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.